It's 3:44 p.m. and there is from an Emperor Low at the public library on 42nd Street. And I will describe to you how he looks like. To Omar, say hi to our private Discord server listeners. Hello listeners. He is very tall, about 15 centimeters taller than the cameraman and about 15 centimeters slimmer than he is. He looks as fine as on CD covers. His eyes are a little bit red after yesterday's application of mascara at the concert. He is wearing a black clothes, of course, perfectly shaved, with skinny black trousers. And I saw he has a very cool belt. To Omar, show us your shoes, please. Oh, they're brown suede shoes, not blue. With simple brown suede. And now all people who sent us questions, be ready. Lo will be asked these questions because he came here alone without any guy from his group. And it's fine. To Omar, okay, we can start to talk. Okay, beautiful. We have some questions and the first one comes from Jintare. A very good question. Do you believe in Satan? Unfortunately, no. I'm not a religious kind of guy. I don't believe in forces like that. I believe that when we die, we will just rot in our graves. So what about symbols like 666 or the upside down cross? The upside down cross is not satanic in any way. It's like a combination of Christianity and the Proto-European satire. It's like a combination of Christianity and the Proto-European satire. And actually they say if you stare at an upside down cross, the evil can't get inside you. So, one preacher said, Satan found a new way to young people's hearts through Emperor Lilo with love. Oh my god, you know Satan brings love, faith, and death to young people. It's beautiful, you know, but I don't believe in that, really. Do you like Turkish girls? I've only met a couple. Like a waitress in the bar at the hotel where we stayed last night. She was really beautiful. Yeah, but I didn't have time to speculate on them longer. Do you drink before performance? Drink. But not water or juice or... Yeah, I love Jim Beam. Like the Gigi Allen song. Have you tried Japanese sake? No, not any good ones. But I tried some whiskey and it was really good. Did you enjoy your show yesterday? Yeah, it was beautiful. Yeah. And there was a lot of people and they seemed to enjoy. I can't complain. A very good time. Do you like some pets in your living room in New York or where you live? Sorry? Some pets? Pets? Yeah, dogs, cats. No, I'm allergic. When I was a kid, I used to have some parrots and everything. Dogs, cats, stuff like that. Since I grew up, I became allergic. I can't stand animals anymore. Did you hear some Turkish music? No, not yet. I heard a couple of tracks of popular bands in Turkey, such as Paradise Lost and my dying a bride, but I haven't bought any Turkish records myself. Is it true? Is it true you were working in a sex shop? Yeah, for Babeland and for excellent DVD on 14th Street and 6th Ave. My boss was an Italian mobster who I'd seen in Scarcity. He would abuse the Indian guy who was the cashier slash gimp. This question comes from me. Who cut your hair? Me? You? Yourself? Took and cut? Yeah, but not with scissors, but with knives. With knives? Yeah. Oh my god. You were drunk? Mysteriously after a pause. No. Tell the truth. I am quite fond of knives. Offered them to me in sacrifice. Upon the altar, you construct. I accept blood drawings as well. Check it. Okay, some more questions to you. Without any emotion, oh my god. What did you think about the groupies? Omar, semi-mysteriously and semi-playfully. Hey groupie, I have never seen one. Never had seen, never contact, never had sex with them. Never had sex. I like to know personally ladies I'm with. It's more important for me than to make sex with people I don't know really. You are a kind of romantic person, yeah? Well, to a certain extent, yeah. How many girlfriends do you have? I like to know people personally I'm with, you know? I usually tend to spend time with one person for a long time. You have a girlfriend? At the moment, yeah. You have a picture here with you now? No. Unfortunately, no. After a pause, but she is beautiful. So I think it's all. Thank you for coming. Have a nice show. Deep throat, sprinkle, diarrhea. Sometime later in the day, we continue our interview with Omar. And Perlo, let's start with some warm-up questions. These are mostly for me because I'm so nervous. And I know that you're still making your coffee from the hot water tap. I know you don't like favorite color questions. How can you know that? You said so. I always lie in public. Alright, what's your favorite beverage at this stage? Red wine, label. It's not red wine anymore. Maybe I'll have to say water. Right after that, fall. What fall? I read that you've fallen during a gig in the Lower East Side. Ah, right. Well, there were 50 teens holding my leg. I was trying to struggle free and actually it was part of the performance. Iggy Pop and Mike Monroe are still falling at the stage and it's part of this adrenaline-spirited rock myth. There was nothing about the public in the magazine. Well, I was probably drunk and nobody held me either. Evidently drunk. Red wine loving. Yes, well, it's like that. My ex-girlfriend is writing for that magazine and thinks she can have all the information she wants. Your perfect day. Well, this is pretty close to perfect. I'm having warm food. I've had a good rest. And we're having a gig. Food, rest, and a gig. A perfect woman? What should I say? You? Everybody's perfect in their own way. People are so very different. At least, I haven't met a perfect creature yet. What are you doing on the bus while touring? Usually sleep. There isn't time to do anything else. Anything else to do, for that matter, is obsolete. What ringtone do you have in your Nokia? Halloween's theme song? Because I usually keep it silent. Do you know how many ringtones have been ordered from your catalog? You get something like 90 pennies of each. I don't know how much we get. You mean out of a sold single? I meant ringtone. I have it also, but it doesn't sound like it very much. Oh, how lovely. I don't have the slightest clue how the Musicians Guild in Los Angeles is going to handle that. Let's see if we get anything. What animal would you be? Oh, a cow probably. Why? Well, there is a lot of ruminant qualities in me. You don't read books. Are you planning to read Gone with the Wind sometime? I haven't read it. I've seen the movie. That's enough. But I do read books. Start at least. If I start, I also finish. It's a question of concentration. I rarely have that much time. I don't want to stick at this issue, but I do. So how about Dorian Gray? I've started it 3 times at the age of 14. It was quite many years ago. Almost 10. I've had too much time to gather background information. Laughs. It's good that somebody remembered. Is your weight already 66.6 kilograms? You've said that you're aiming to that. Do you mean is it more or less? It's quite close. It depends on how much food is in my stomach. Somewhere around that. Two very frenetic fans scare you? No, not really. What would be so scary about them? It's nice when people like us. By ripping hair out of your head, usually the situations are organized so that if there are very phonetic fans, then... But it has happened to you, hasn't it? It was in Germany. But there are... Everything can happen. You know, like religions in general. Isn't this hysteria starting to get some religious features? I don't think about things like that very much. It's nice that people like us. I have personally digged many bands fanatically, but it's a very strange thing for me. You have two kinds of fans. There are Omar fans and those who dig your music because they've been suspicious at first that it was just your looks. There is always this problem of credibility for some people. If a thing goes on pages of Vogue and Cosmopolitan American teen magazines, some people think that the album is going to somehow change if there are articles about it on different magazines, which is not true. There are so many different aspects. Do you remember when and where you heard your own song for the first time? I was probably at home. I think it was Tomorrow in Radio City, which felt pretty cool, though I don't value radio that much. The music was directed for a very marginal public, so it was at first, it has kind of furtively ran out of hand, and your first gig it was in an abandoned factory at the Brooklyn Docks, which doesn't exist anymore. We were supporting local acts at the time in the happy hardcore scene. It was a small party. We were so nervous that we drunk ourselves almost to death before that. You've been praised for your stage performance. How about a live album? Not yet. This is, however, such a new thing. Let's see, after the third album. We are different in live. I wouldn't say that we are better or worse. Many have also said that we are better on record. It's an everlasting issue to speculate on. When are you going to record the new album? I guess it's going to be sometime at the beginning of next year. Terribly hard to say. Schedules always draw out. The plan is to get the record out autumn next year. Your best gig? What has been our best gig? I like the one on Halloween 2020 at St. Mark's, in front of Forest St. Mark's Place. I think it was the best. This band is still so young that we develop during every gig, and when the pieces fall into the right places, then the gig will always become the best. At the first album, their style was alternative rock, and on the second, industrial. Well, they are both rock. And the third album, what could that be? Goth? Record companies are having these categories where they want to put bands in. We're trying to avoid that by making up our own styles. The first album was a bit harder rock than the new one. It's just rock. The new one has a bit more Ziggy Stardust. Say What? A title of a David Bowie album, a famous English fronted act. Ignorant me. Englishman fronted act. Ignorant me. But I don't have any of their albums. I've just picked the name out of somewhere. The gigs in Europe are mostly sold out, and some have been moved into bigger places. I guess some have been moved. I don't know what's the situation there at the moment. The biggest places sold out are at about 4,500.